another guy, we had him across the board at 13, and that's where he ended up, Jared Sullinger.
Oh, Sullinger. He had a very nice season offensively last season.
And now he's playing in Toronto. So look, had a nice season in Boston, said, I'm going to play for the team that was better than us.
That's the thing. I mean, between Sullinger and Kellyo, it was that, Kelly, defensive toughness, breaking arms, being an asshat. But at the same time, Sullinger...
Dave doesn't like Kellyo.
I just think it was a dirty move.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
Wow, yet again, and I look at Kellyo,
I'm a buyer.
Rankin had him at 15, Dave had him at 16, I had him at 21, so I had Kellyo the lowest.
I'm a buyer.
He's efficient. That's the thing.
But
look,
I looked at
Jared
the team
Sullinger,
he's on, and...
The big man. The big men have a
Sullinger
thing.
was worth the money. I'm glad that Toronto sniped him out.
If we showed our personal rankings, the rookies on mine are higher than they should be.
You're always about the rookie hype.
I love the rookie hype.
And here, the one rookie who you didn't hype maybe enough.
Joel Embiid. Yeah. No,
all caps, you had him the lowest.
Chris Dunn's my hype.
Technically still.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're talking about all caps. You're the one that typed these names, and so you put them all caps.
Yeah.
Don't make it look like
I
I
had Chris Dunn at 11, and I feel like this guy, in Thibodeau's system...
8.
You had him 8?
Had him top 10.
We're buyers
top
here.
10 6-man.
You guys are crazy.
Well, the thing with Chris Dunn that I think is going to
his skill set's
help,
so NBA ready.
His skill set's so NBA ready. I think that no matter what Timberwolves fans say, this year he's pushing Ricky Rubio out of that starting role, and he's going to be the future. It could happen mid-season. It could happen end of the season. Ricky Rubio's time in Minnesota as a starter is done after this year. That T-Wolves team is just going to be so fun to watch this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those things where it's like you look at them play. They may not be a playoff team, but they may be just a decent team. And you look and you go, can't wait to see them play next year.
Were they like 5th overall in 2K?
Because I believe they're higher than that. I mean, look at
Could be.
Karl Anthony Towns' Instagram for the exact ratings as he had it posted there. But yeah, Dunn was the one I was high on.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one I was high on.
I mean, you guys heard me hype up Joel Embiid earlier during our Atlantic talk, but this is a guy who has a chance.
He's on though too. Like, are they gonna the Sixers to me are a question mark?
They're a question mark, but that means everybody's gonna get time. Assuming he stays healthy, he has a chance to be an all-time great at his position. Give me that potential. That is potential through the roof right now.
Can I say this? The Sixers are kind of like the opposite of what we're thinking about the Bulls. The Bulls, it's kind of like. Yeah, I mean,
that's apples to oranges, though.
They could be good with all this veteran talent.
No,
but
I
we're
think the
very
opposite
not
should be.
optimistic about this season. Whereas and you say apples to oranges because it's more youth on the Sixers side.
I think the Timberwolves and Sixers are a better
much.
comparison because you see two teams who built differently. The Timberwolves went out, and obviously their big thing was they lost KG. They ended up getting some younger players. They start building around. They got a lot of guards until they hit with Rubio. And
then they make the K-Love trade for Wiggins.
They have Cat, and then it just keeps
They
building.
basically dump Bennett because he shouldn't have been a number one pick.
Oh, my God. That was probably one of the best flops ever. But no, they have a team who built smart, and they got each guy for a different role.
And then they get Thibodeau.
To come and just kind of mold them from these young players with so much potential into fantastic NBA standouts. And on the other side, on the Sixers, you've got a team where fucking best man available every year. And what is it? It's a big man 3 straight years.
You know what? Let me just throw this out because we're kind of getting there anyways. This is a question Sean Anderson likes to throw out when we do these rankings. I'm going to give you a list of, we got 6 guys here.
Yeah.
You tell me which one of these 6 men are going to be in your top 5.
Okay.
Could get into your top 5 next year. We've got Rodney Hood, yes or no?
No. I love Rodney Hood, but no.
Can't do it.
Lou Williams.
No, he's a limited player, and I think his role is only going to get smaller. With our boy coming in, number 2 overall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
And this is one that comes with a grain of salt because it's the Nuggets, and we didn't know. This was one we could put one way. We could go with Jamal Murray, but Will Barton.
Will Barton, I think he had the stats to earn it. Jamal Murray's all hype. No, and I know you want to go. I know you want Jamal Murray.
I did. I love Jamal Murray.
Barton's a good contributor. I don't see him being a standout guy. I think he fits his role good. He fits the team well enough, but not. He's not going to do too much.
And then the last 3, Jamal Crawford, Chris Dunn, and Jared Jack. Any of those guys getting in?
Boy. I'm a buyer on Chris Dunn. Don't think he's top 5. Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford for that Clippers team?
I would say yes.
I think I got him on the way out.
I'm kind of like...
I would say yes.
I'm surprised. I'm going to say Jamal Crawford. And the reason why I'm saying that is if I go to find him on our spreadsheet, Dave had him 12. Mike had him 9. I had Crawford at 6. So he's right outside my top 5
player.
already.
He's just a scorer.
He's still a gamer. He still comes off. He is the most reliable.
Brings it to that team. It's all about what he does for his team, though.
One of the most reliable 6 men in the league. Absolutely, 100%. He
reliable,
lockdown shooter.
Yes, but he only brings scoring.
Sure,
that's
what you need.
Yeah.
But that's
Is
all
it really all you need from a 6-man?
Well,
Wait.
in the Clippers,
and here's the thing: it's not all you need from a 6-man. But this goes into what we talked about with the centers. That's what the Clippers
for the Clippers, absolutely. Off the bench, you're getting 11 points a game, something like that. I'd take that all day. And you know what? You give up 10 on the defensive side. Okay,
that's the thing. Jamal Crawford, he's got length. He's a good scorer.
14 points last year, so even better than
impressive.
But no, I see him as too limited of a player. I see better guys out there who can do it all around. Like Chris Dunn.
I'm just
Chris
a
Dunn
huge
over Jamal Crawford
I'm a
any day of the
huge
week.
Jamal Crawford fan only because of his impact on why the Clippers are always usually competitive.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I think Chris Dunn can be a better rounded player after 1 year of playing than what Jamal Crawford contributes this year. I think Chris Dunn will end up being like stats across the board.
Right.
Offensive, defense, passing, like he's got all the tools it takes to be a legit star.
How about we end this podcast just kind of talking about our top 5 right now?
Okay.
And you guys seen the rankings on mostvaluablepodcast.com, but I'll give you the top 5 from 5 to 1. Ish Smith coming at 5. We've got
He's a homer favorite.
Sean Andre Living Dollar, as Dave like to call it, because
they're one man.
Dave didn't want to put Sean Livingston or Andre Iguodala on the article, though it's going to say Andre Iguodala. Then we've got Enes Kanter at 3. Eric Gordon at 2 and Eric Bledsoe at 1.
Bledsoe 1 feels like cheating because he's a legit starter.
Rankin, Bledsoe and Gordon are kind of both legit starters. They could start on most teams. But I want to start with you, Mike, because you were the only one. Me and Dave had Bledsoe at 1. David Cantor at 2, but you had Cantor number 1.
I had that's a very fair point to put Bledsoe as 1, only because we saw what he's in the Suns, correct?
Yes.
One of the guys who is one of the most productive players there, and he honestly should be a starter.
Well, the only reason he's not starting, he's got fucking Brandon Knight in front of him.
Right, that's the thing.
Guards. They've got about 9 of them from Kentucky, if I'm not wrong there.
Like I said throughout this podcast, I'm a big man guy, especially
You're big on the bigs?
Big on the bigs, especially coming off the bench as a 6-man. Enes Kanter on this OKC team, I feel like, is going to have so much value. We saw him in the past coming off the. I mean, he started at points, right, but really he wasn't getting consistent minutes. But in OKC, I feel like he's going to have this opportunity now to play with a guy like Russell Westbrook, and that's only going to benefit him. And he's going to really, I think. Offensively, he's going to put up career numbers. And then moving down the list, Eric Gordon, I had it 2. Lockdown shooter. I mean, remains to be seen.
Enough said. On that Houston team? Are you kidding me?
You need scoring.
130 a night, I think.
But what's interesting is you had Bledsoe, you had it 4.
Yeah, because I like Ish.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
so
I think I've spread the word of Ish around to this group.
I don't know. I had Ish at 9, Dave.
And then I ended.
So I didn't have Ish that high.
I ended my list with Iguodala only because of his. Obviously, the Golden State Warriors are unbelievable.
Iggy, to me, is the tough one. Because if I run through just my top 4, I put Bledsoe and Gordon.
Statistically, he's not there.
Well, Bledsoe and Gordon, I put 1, 2, because they're legit starters playing 6-man role. And with 3, 4, Iggy Cantor, it was one of the things, yes, statistically, Iggy doesn't jump off the page. No. But it's one of those things where I looked at it and I took a phrase that you used last week. He passes the eye test in that system to where it's like he fits that team 6-man role so well to where it's like you think of the Warriors rotation, you think of whoever the starting lineup is. Oh,
first guy off the bench is Iguodala. Are you kidding me?
And I mean, he won a Finals MVP for being a 6-man
and that's a good
on that
point.
team.
You actually nailed it. You actually took the words right out of my mouth. It wasn't the stats.
Usually I don't do that.
Right. Usually we're always like on the opposite ends of the spectrum here.
Chandra Livendala is one of the best 6-men in the league.
You can tell he's practiced that. How, I fumbled with it a little bit.
I looked at the name.
Dave's been saying
that's because I've been prepping it. Look,
I looked him up. I was like, who is this guy?
You guys should have seen it. In the pre-podcast talk, Dave would go, let's do it for him. You say it first.
What? Chandra Livendala?
Andre Iguodala.
Chandra Livendala.
Andre Iguodala.
And this is what I was doing. I was just
look. Livingston is one of those guys who has taken his career back, and I am so happy for him, and he has come out of
Another
the woodworks
Illinois,
in games.
Our area, Illinois, Chicago area alum.
Absolutely. But the thing is, he has that ability to step up in games and kill it for this Warriors team when guys like Steph aren't maybe hitting it, or maybe we see a little quietness out of Klay Thompson. He steps in there and he can be that extra guard, and he is very, very good. I think he would be a starter on maybe about 10 teams in this league at point. And again, Iguodala, like you said, I think the thing with both of them is the stats are good, not great, but it's their impact on that team. It's just you have to watch it and you understand how much they mean to that Warriors team and how much they meant to that record-breaking season and that late playoff push.
And I also look at this. Iguodala won a Finals MVP as the sixth man of that team, and then last year when he got injured, hurt that team so much.
Yeah. I mean, missing impact was
Draymond
huge.
Not playing hurt a little bit, but him
Bogut not
having
playing hurt.
That back injury.
Watching him hobble and not be able to
just licking his chops over there. LeBron was like, "Oh, it's over. It's over."
Well, that's the price you pay for getting 73.
And then we got the poster moment, the statue moment of LeBron pinning it against the backboard. There's one six man we have not talked about that I want to end this podcast with.
Okay,
he is last on our rankings. Papa Giannis for the Kings.
Papa Giannis.
He's who we threw in as the sixth man of the Kings.
I mean, I had no choice.
He's the true sixth man of the Kings, let's be honest.
Well, Sean,
and this is a
Sean would have had him at number one.
Yeah, I know Sean loves him. He can't stop talking about
Sean,
him.
I'm letting you know right now, we knew you would have had him at number one. That's why he put Papa Giannis on there.
Gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Papa John's, as we like to call him.
Yeah. Papa John's on there. We're going to see him step up, get a lot of playing time. He could challenge Boogie for a starting role, I think.
Maybe.
I think it would be like game 3, game 4. I think it's him and Boogie edging each other out.
Maybe even after the first half of game 1.
It's possible.
Maybe.
We've seen a lot of this.
Are you guys joking right now? Are you guys being facetious?
We're being heavily sarcastic.
No. But I had Bismack at 29, and honestly, I would have put him at 30 if Papa Giannis wasn't at 34.
I had Bismack at 30.
Yeah.
The hatred between the Kings and Orlando. I'm not sure which MVP sports hates more.
But it goes to the point where look at the money that they dished out to get Bismack, and he played he played 10 productive games.
He played a playoff series.
He played a playoff series and he showed up. Good numbers for that, but during the regular season, meh. And the dude's rebounding machine. Defensively okay though. Yeah, I think
29.
I think they stand a nice improvement for their 10-man lineup down in Orlando.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how that 10-man lineup kind of resurges itself or resurges, whatever. What
are they doing trading Oladipo, too? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I have no idea.
Questions for Orlando fans that I can't wait to hear the comments section.
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about Orlando, but thank you guys for either watching or listening to the Fast Break this week. I want to thank Dave for always being here. I want to thank Mike Rankin.
Is that weird to say about me?
Not anymore. At first it was 2 years off. You're finally on an onside kick for the first time in 2 years. But Mike Rankin stepping in, filling in for Sean as me and you kind of switched places as I took the hosting duties so you could come in.
I thought this was one of those things where we just me and Dave bash you the whole time. That wasn't it.
You were here because we needed Rankins.
Perfect.
Rankins. Maybe we'll have you next week for Rankins too. But that's going to do it for the Fast Break podcast. Let us know down below in the description what you think of anything we talked about all podcast long. Tune in next week. We're going to be going back to the Western Conference to look at the Northwest. We're going to be going to the Northwest, the Thunder, the T-Wolves, the Kings. We're going to look at all of them and much more. We're going to be ranking head coaches as well. So I want to thank you guys. Check us out on patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. Check us out on mostvaluablepodcast.com for all your MVP needs. Thank you guys for listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this MVP podcast. Follow us on Twitter @MostValuablePod for more great podcasts.